even 4 weeks ago, not last government.
Chamberlain.
How much is it today?
Chamberlain.
Are we going to tell people
as enlightened people, we are not...
And telling them about enlightenment
the difference
and
between,
GDP?
you see the difference between the elite? You see why there is... Why we ask for the best of our hands to be in government. The reason why people like us went on the street, why people like us went everywhere to campaign for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is because we know we deserve the best of people in government to lead us. If we're going to face our problem in ways that where our actions today are going to align with our desire for tomorrow, then we've got to have our people who are going to put on their thinking cap, who are thinkers and doers. And there is no better person currently than the current president, and he has shown that. And these figures I have just read out to you showed you clearly that, I mean, the first half of this year, we have doubled our revenue compared to the last half.
Mr. Lee, figures have never been the issue.
Good.
Figures, just a moment, not when I mean figures.
Now, let me tell you how the figures are the issues, because what are we looking for? We are looking for economic growth, economic stability that will create jobs, that will put money.
Let me tell you why.
That will put money in the pockets and hands of individuals so that they can earn a living. The only way that happens is if you have a globally competitive environment that attracts both local and foreign investment. That is what we are currently experiencing. As we speak, the agricultural sector is experiencing boost. We are having famine. We are having round-the-year famine. There's been an increase in fertilizer supply to the grassroots. There's been an increment in tractor supply made available to the people. There's mechanized farming is on the increase. Improved seedling. See,
people will feel these things when you talk. If there is if there's abundance of food, it's not something that needs to be told. I'm sure it is something that people will feel.
But we all are knowledgeable enough that these things don't happen overnight. It takes time.
Yeah, so that's why I was trying to bring you back to the fact that
if we look at what we have achieved in the last 1 year alone,
will you let me ask?
It gives us let me submit what I was trying to say before you cut me. If we look at what we have achieved in the last year alone, then we have reason to support the policies. We have reason not to question the person behind the policies because his track record shows.
Not to question.
Yes.
It's a democracy, last we checked.
Let's dialogue on how best, if you have a better option on how we can do the right thing, then let's talk. But nobody has at this point stated clearly what differently should have been done. What I've heard is, he shouldn't have removed subsidy. If he had not removed subsidy when he did.
Many people have said what should have been done differently. Maybe you haven't heard some of them. A lot have.
Please, enlighten us with one of those. She hasn't spoken for a while. We need to hear her as well.
He's been speaking, and I want to tell you to mind your language. To say that the elite, somebody who is enlightened, you want to be emotional. Do you have children?
I do.
Do you have family?
I do.
Do you feed your family?
I do.
Do you feed other people's family?
I do.
Are you responsible for many in the land?
I do. I am.
Very good. And so the question now is, even the minimum wage that we're talking about, that is 70,000, cannot buy a bag of rice. When we had a minimum wage that was 30,000, or that was even 18,000, at that time, bag of rice was 8,000. Before the coming of the APC government, let me just say APC now, APC government. Now you are giving them money that cannot even buy a bag of rice. And that is not enough for me to be emotional. And so if you are a mother in the land, they are talking of hunger, raw hunger. Because if you have in your figures that more than 80 million is going to bed hungry every night, that's a nightmare. Out of that, you have women who are having children on a daily basis. Out of that, you have so many people who are in the IDP camps. You have gender-based violence. You have violence everywhere. And then that's not enough for you to be emotional. Then I don't see what. Now you have a space. We have always demonstrated